Hi guys, hope you guys are doing good. We're back with another video, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit different. I'm going to be going through trades that I did send out in my premium signal group, and some of the trades were sent out in the free Telegram channel. Right, so the first pair that we're going to look at, that I projected over the weekend, because it's always best to project and anticipate when the market is not moving, and usually that's during the weekends. All right, so the first pair we're going to look at right here is AUDJPY, and as you can see, this is the H1 time frame, and as price, as I had analyzed structure, right, I wanted to see price get to this area, right, and from this area I was interested in taking shorts, right, and as you can see, that is exactly what happened on this pair. A very nice trade that we had there. The risk to reward was amazing on this trade, guys. The risk to reward was just amazing on this one. And then the next one was AUDUSD, also another clean one, right? And I wanted to see the same thing, right? I wanted to see price get back to that area, and I wanted to ride it all the way down. And as you can see, do I have the analysis? I'll definitely show you on the chart. There we go. We've got, this is how it played out, right? A very nice move, right? A very nice, powerful move away from that area. Also giving us a very good risk to reward ratio, which is just amazing, right? And the other pair was KJPY, and as you can see on the H1 chart, I wanted to see the same thing, right? I wanted to see the same thing. I'm very selective when it comes to trading, right? I might just, select 2 to 3 pairs a week, and I'll make sure that I kill those pairs. So as you can see, this was my projection on KJPY, and I did definitely take this trade, right? So for those people who are in our Telegram channel, right, you'll be able to see that I did send KJPY. Remember, I just showed you KJPY. I did send KJPY as a free signal, right? And that trade was just awesome. If we can go look at how those trades played out, right, we can see that AUDJPY was just amazing, right? As you can see, exactly where I had anticipated to take the trade, that is where I took AUDJPY, and that was an amazing trade. As you can see, we had a beautiful drop right there. And then KJPY, this is the trade that I sent out as a free signal. Also an amazing trade, right? Amazing trade, very good number of pips. And then we also looked at, I've been holding NZD/USD since last week, so this was also a nice trade, and we're able to book in the free, in our VIP signal group, we're able to book over 500 pips today, which is Friday, right? So guys, what I'm going to do is, and before I go on, we also have a nice discount on our signals, right? But this is only limited to a few people. So if you're interested, this will only run for the weekend, guys. This is a Friday, so on Monday, this special ends, right? That's for only $89, and you get to join our group for a lifetime subscription. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go explain the reasons why I took those trades, right? Because of course you have to be able to explain the reasons why you'd be able to take a trade. So number one, if we can go to our monthly time frame, what we can see is price was coming from a nice supply area. As you can see in our monthly time frame, this is very clear to see. Price was at a supply area, right? And as we go down to the weekly, we can see that price was actually near a nice supply area also. As you can see previously, price gave us a nice move away from this area, right? How price leaves an area is very important, guys. How price will leave an area is very important. As you can see how price left this area, and now the fact that price was back, look at how price kept on moving away from that area. So we had price back at the same area now, right? So we had a nice idea of where we were going in the weekly time frame. Right now, going down to the daily time frame, of course, your main goal as a trader is to minimize your risk, right? But you need to understand your ranges. So this would be my range that I have identified within my weekly time frame, but I'll also try by all means to get a better range or a better zone right, in my daily time frame, as my main goal as a trader is to be a good risk manager. So if I just drag this to this side, this is the area that I'll be focused on. This is the area that I was actually interested in right here, and as you can see, price got to the area and rejected the area. Now when it comes to price rejecting the area, all right, it all comes down, remember we combined Btmm and supply and demand, right? So it's always good to understand your level counts, your trap moves, and of course your institutional order flow. Okay, so it's very easy to see that we got to that supply level, right? We had a nice peak formation, right? And as price gave us this peak formation, remember this trade idea was taken off the 1 hour, but it's always good to understand what price is doing, right? So as price went down to this area, price had broken structure, right, giving us a lower low, right? And as price has broken structure, price comes back and also gives us another clean order block. And as you can see, look at how price left that same area. Now remember, this is your H4 time frame. Now the point that I actually anticipated this trade, right, the point that I actually anticipated this trade was this area right here, right? If we can go back, right, and check out the area, right, just a moment, right, this was the area, as you can see, this is CAD-JPY. This was the area that I wanted to see price get to and then go to the downside. So at that same area, as you can see, this was an amazing point. As you can see, as price left that area, price managed to move away for over 153 pips, and that was the projection that I had on this CAD-JPY pair. Now when it comes to Btmm, for extra, you know, confluence, this was a nice area. As you can see, right, we had a nice move, peak formation, a 1350 crossover, and we also had price interacting with that 50 EMA. So the peak formation on this area was confirmed, right? So here's a nice reset that we have right there. So from the reset, what we had the first level of drop, right? Let me just change the color. Right, we had the first level of drop, 1 day of drop, a 1350 crossover, and then we had the pull back to the 50 EMA. This pull back to the 50 EMA was a nice, you know, pull back to a base area. All right, so those were my extra factors of confluence that I had on CAD-JPY. So that was an amazing trade, right? A beautiful trade. But remember, it's always good to understand your charts from a clean chart. Right, and then the next one was AUD-JPY. AUD-JPY was one of the best trades that we took, and of course our analysis. Let's start from the monthly. We can see price was at a nice area, a nice base area right there. Going down to the weekly, this is what we had, a nice hidden base area right there. All right, as you can see, that is a nice hidden base area. Right, so from that area, remember, it's always good to understand your higher time frames, right? My multiple time frame analysis, right? It's amazing stuff. So from this area, what we can see is within this range, this is where our supply level was, and this is where we had a nice peak formation. All right, so from the peak formation and confirming structure without looking at a lot of things, we had a nice structure breaker and price reacting to a base area, right? Based on how price had left that zone. So this was our base area. Not really interested in what happened in the past. I'm interested in what's about to happen now. So from that area, right, our analysis on AUD-JPY was right here. What did I see? I was able to tell that I have got a nice peak formation here. I mean, that's easy to tell, right? And I've got a nice structure breaker right there, and I've got price coming back to my base area. Amazing stuff. So as you can see, we've got a drop, base, drop. So my area of interest was this area. I wanted to see price. For those who joined the live stream that I had, you'd be able, because I actually gave out this trade when it was around this area. An amazing trade, right? So this was also a nice trade. As you can see, it played out to the T. If we go look at the analysis that I did send out in my Telegram channel, this is what we had, right there. That is exactly what we were looking for, right? And as you can see, that is exactly how this pair played out, right? That is exactly how this pair played out. So as you can see, this pair right now, we did book some profit. This pair went over 196 pips, right? And when we're talking about risk to reward, of course, you'd have to have your stop just above the area. So that means you're going to be risking around about 18 pips for 188 pips. The risk to reward on that is just amazing, and that's all that you need to be profitable. So that was also a nice trade, right? And then AUD USD, another nice trade. I'll just start with the daily time frame on this one, right? But as you can see, we had price coming off a nice base area, right? And this price was coming off the base area, right? If we go to the H4 time frame, right, remember, we're not really interested in the past that much. We are interested in what's happening now. So I was able to see that price is coming from a nice supply area, and my projection was I wanted to see price get back to this area. So I got to my terminal when price was just here, and as you can see, look at how price moved away from that. If you look at the analysis that I sent out, sorry about that. If you look at the analysis that I sent out, there you go. All right, I wanted to see price get back to this area and move down to the downside, and that's exactly what happened. And for this one, it went for over 200 pips. And either way, of course, I'd not advise you to take a trade off the H4. You need to be able to minimize your risk all the time. So that means you'd be risking 26 pips for 200 pips, which is all good, right? Risk to reward always needs to remain the same. All right, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to be the first to watch when we upload any new content. And don't forget to hit a like. I hope you guys have learned something from this. And if you have not joined our free Telegram channel, don't forget to do that. Find the link in the description below.